What's up, guys? So in this video I'm going to be showing you how I actually cloned a complete YouTube channel that has about almost 200k subscribers with AI, and I'm going to walk you through step by step. After being able to make that video, I have transitioned into actually building a complete content generation engine using all the stuff that I've actually built around making that video, and that's what I'm going to walk you through in this particular video. It's going to be an interesting one, and the goal is actually to create kind of a click of a button, and I'll be able to spin out a complete video. First of all, I'm going to play the video that I made, and before I do that, I'm going to show you the video that actually inspired me, which I saw on YouTube, and I decided to make a research on that, and I simply just gave Claudecode that particular channel to analyze it and make a plan on how I can actually build something of that nature. And that particular video is this. So this particular video is deep made simple, where they kind of explain um stuff. For instance, you can see how to study the Bible, God's design, Jeroboam's system, stuff like that. So you just give it the video, give it the channel, and it's going to be able to analyze. I'm going to show you when I gave it to Claudecode, because this is very long chat that I have with Claudecode work right now. So it's been a very long while trying to get this guy actually to understand um, the channel and then give me a plan on how I can be able to do that. And we're able to actually replicate that. So if you look at the channel, I don't want to do much on the channel, but just to give you an idea, okay, say they have about 123k subscribers, and this is the video I was able to make. So from here, I was able to make a video from that channel by giving it the channel, and it was able to pick up idea on how the channel works and what the channel actually used to make up their videos, and it came up with something of this nature. So the title of this particular one is All the Women in the Bible. So take a listen. We're going to just play for me like 1 minute.
There's a story hiding inside your Bible. It runs from the very first page to the very last. It passes through wars and famines, through royal courts and slave quarters, through mountaintops and empty tombs. And most people who have read the Bible their entire lives have never been taught to see it. It is the story of women, not the 2 or 3 you already know, not the ones who made it into Sunday school flannel boards. I mean all of them, because when you actually trace every named woman in Scripture, when you follow them through both testaments and ask the question nobody asks, a pattern emerges that will change the way you read your Bible forever. The pattern is this: at every single turning point in redemptive history, at every moment when everything is about to change, God places a woman there first. This is every woman in the Bible, explained. And this is the hidden story nobody tells. We have to start at the beginning.
All right, so you can hear that this is like 1 minute played, and if you watch the narration, the voiceover, and the lip syncing with the guy by the right, both the images, the text, the voice, and the lip syncing of the guy that is narrating the video, which is actually optional. Just that I saw in another video uh, where the narrator is also by the right trying to speak and then lip syncing. But most of these videos you can see online, they don't really have a narrator there, so it's just optional. But you can see I was able to make this video, and this video is about 55 minutes long. I was able to just trim it out to 10 minutes just for me to make this particular demo. And how this works is that AI is going to handle generating the script and generating the prompt for image, generating the prompt for the speeches, and using the speech to make the text to speech, which is the one you're hearing, and then being able to also lip sync the guy that is narrating it. This is optional. If you don't want to do that, you could just tell the story and then people can actually pick up what you're trying to explain. So let me quickly walk you through the flow, and before we come back to the code itself. So I'm going to go play. So this is the flow on how this guy works. So first of all, you get the script. The script is the first step in getting the whole video working. So you generate the script, which is probably from the title you gave it. Maybe every woman in the Bible is the title, and then you generate a script, a complete storyline from that topic. And then the engine reads the script, and from the script is going to make an image generation, generates image prompt. So from that script, it's going to make images that will match every of those storylines, so that when the video is being played, you can see sequences of these images transition from one place to the other, and then generates the prompt for the image, and then it generates the actual image from the prompt. Because first of all, you need to generate a prompt that fits these different scenes, and then make images out of it. And then you will keep that in step 2 to 3, right? So step 1 is the script, step 2 is the image prompt, step 3 is the actual image, and then step 4 is using the script to also generate the text to speech, which is actually the voiceover eventually. And then step 5 is going to be uh the narrator, the guy, the avatar that you place somewhere in the screen that actually narrates the video, which is optional if you don't want to do that, because that part also has its own cost. It's going to, right now I'm using a free tool that uses a local LLM in your computer to actually do that. So you can see I'm using Talker here. I used one other one, but that one was very heavy and it kind of slows down the computer. It would be good if I'm probably running it or maybe on the cloud or something. Now, after that step 5 is done, the final step is actually trying to render the video, which is bringing every of those components together to build a final video. And at that stage, I'm using FFmpeg and Remotion. Remotion is a kind of React-based component video making tool. If you do a little bit of programming, you see that React is what they use to build front ends. So the same component that is used in building front end is what is used to actually create those UIs eventually, like the putting of the narration and putting of the image by the side of the video and all of that. And then FFmpeg is the final guy that stitches the video to become one single video that you can actually watch. All right, so that's the process, but I've not shown you the final sweet part before I walk you through the back and forth that I've done with the AI, which is one of the reasons that led me to actually try to build the studio. Because following the same process with Claudecode every time is going to be a repetitive process. Sometimes you might make a mistake, and that's why I needed to build out a system for it. And that system is not perfect yet, but it's working. But I'll just say it's probably in 80%, or to be fair, 75% of being able to churn out videos title by title in a particular niche every time I want a video, with some little bit of cost actually, because working with AI, you're going to be spending some money. All right, so let me go to the studio. So after going through this process, I decided to make a pipeline where I could choose a niche, give it a title, and it does the generation and everything together and get me a final video render. And that's what Phixlab Studio is about. So here is Phixlab Studio, which is just a Next.js front-end powered project that actually takes care of me doing this video myself without going through Claude again each time, right? But it still uses Claude behind the scene. So this is an example of the project I'm running, which is an old Malian empire. If I click on this project, good, load this page. So this is the engine, the old Malian empire. This is the process: pass script, generate image prompt, generate image, voiceover, avatar generation, render. Right, I'm going to stop this guy. Now, for any particular video that you want to make, you need to know like how many scenes that is involved, and these scenes can be, crafted by the number of the length of the length of the video, like the length of the video itself. So if you look at, I'm going to show you from maybe when I'm trying to create a new project, you can see where you do all those setups. So, but this particular video is total of 60 scenes. About 20 scenes have already been generated and is running 40. And the script is already ready. So I can repass the script. And each time you repass a script, you are trying to kind of get a new script, and you go to generate a new prompt for image. That's if it's going to be a narrative video. So narrative video is going to have like scenes, image scenes, and avatar overlay. But if you're teaching, it's just going to be maybe an animated text with no images generally. So you just want to be, showing charts and stuff and other items on the screen with a narration without having like full screen videos transitioning. Now you can have an image reference. Image reference is if you go back to the channel I showed you now, you can see there's a style of images that is used here. This image is almost like a hand painting. So if you check my own, you can see that my own is more of like that kind of realistic images, which is slightly different. So depending on what you're looking for, you need to get the reference image. That is if you're using my studio to actually do that. So you put the image reference and then you put the narrator here. The narrator is the guy that you saw on the video during the narration. Then avatar video is if, for instance, you don't want to use this my own way of doing the lip syncing, which is not very perfect. You could actually have HairGen. HairGen is an AI platform that actually enables you to create very realistic lip syncing, and you can use HairGen to copy your script, the audio script, the text to speech you already have, put it in HairGen, and HairGen is going to narrate that using probably your own image and your own voice. And it's just going to be exactly like you. So you could just bring it back to the studio and upload it here, and then the final render is going to put you where you're supposed to be, and the render will be complete. All right, so this is the final audio section where the voiceover is being stitched. This is generated from the text to speech from this script, right? So from step number 4, when you pass the script, it generates a speech to text, right? So that is what is going to be in this particular section, voiceover, waiting for the final render. You can see I'm having some back and forth rendering, and this is why I said that the project right now is probably around 80%. I'm going to show you the image prompt, like the prompt image for this particular Malian Empire. You can see I have all the prompt, and the prompt has images. So you can see the first one, which is the hook section, has image that is already generated with the prompt. Dramatic scene illustrating, imagine a vast empire that has thrived in the heart of West Africa, where gold flowed like rivers and whatnot. See, so these are like about how many scenes now? About 40 pieces of them. Dramatic scene illustrating. So the next time you think of great empires in history, remembering old Malian Empire, where gold, Pentally, digital illustration, cinematic. So this is just describing how this particular image is going to be, right? I'm going to go back to the gallery now. The gallery is all the images that has been generated for this particular video that we're trying to do, right? Remember, we've not stitched together, we've not really added the text to speech. So these are just like the renders and the resources that we are getting together to be able to make that old Malian Empire video. All right, so if you already enjoying what you're seeing now, this is the best time for you to subscribe. And I'm going to be sharing the final phase of this project, and eventually if it works as I'm expecting it, I should be able to give out for people to try it out and all of that. So, and also give you the prompt that I used in actually making this particular one that I showed you earlier on. So the next thing to do for you to understand clearly what the back and forth I had with Claudecode is to go back to Claudecode now and start from on. So if you check out my scroll here, you can see that this guy is very far away, and I've done a quite long back and forth of prompting. So this is why I said run a full deep research session on this YouTube channel. Analyze the following: channel performance, positioning, title strategy, and whatnot. There's just a lot of things that I'm going to put this in the resources in the description so you can actually test it out. And then with that, is going to do a whole lot of work. You can see where I'm having back and forth. I think the name I gave it was kind of not the correct one. So this is deep text simple, but the actual channel name is deep made simple, right? So, and it was struggling to actually find that guy. So I hit a hard wall on this one. Let me straight. So we had a back and forth until I think we arrived at this is the actual stuff here. So write a 10-minute script for number 3. Every woman in the Bible explained the hidden story nobody tells. This is actually the story that gave rise to that particular video that I played. So I'm going to play that guy one more time.
Not because Eve's story is simple, it isn't, but because she establishes the pattern. Eve is introduced in Genesis 2 with a specific Hebrew word, Ezer. It's translated in most Bibles as helper, which sounds like an assistant. But Ezer is not a passive word. It appears 21 times
So
in
you
the
can
Old
see
Testament,
that this is not
and
like
in
me playing
16 of those
a random video for you. You can see where that particular name came. Women are important in the Bible. The opening argument is broader and more specific. Every single turning point in the scripture, God places a woman there first. So these are the things you must have heard this in the wording. So it does create a script for me, and we continued before I transitioned into building this guy into a more of a pipeline. And this particular pipeline, this studio pipeline I'm building, runs on Docker. You can see it's running on my local machine at port 3333. And this is exactly that guy here. So you can see there's a Phixlab Studio, there's a studio pipeline, there's pipe studio one is actually the front end that you're seeing, which is running on this port 333. And then the pipeline is the actual engine that does all the stuff at the background, like the text to script, which uses a lot of Python code and stuff. The remotion is the cosmetic part of it, which is, remotion is already something that a lot of people are using on YouTube right now to create content by kind of using React to create visual content right now. So I'm going to make link to the description for all of this, but the pipeline is not going to be linked because it's actually kind of some piece of code that is lying underneath. So when the system is completely done, I've tested it, and then I can actually give you guys to probably test it out. And if this is making sense to you, Phixlab is going to release a whole of awesome AI powered videos. If you check out my last video where I talked about how to actually automate your sales if you are building something with AI, because here I teach people. If you go back to my video in this channel, you're going to see where I'm teaching people how to build out. This is when and before AI become very mainstream. Right now that AI is helping to build faster. So I also launched a product recently, Tax Genie. You can check it out in the description as well. The link if you're in Nigeria. Tax Genie helps people to actually um, file tax and also connect them to accountant to help them file tax or do whatever accountant do. So I have very in-depth experience building stuff with manually before AI came. So whatever I'm giving you is actually tested. I'm not just vibe coding right now because I have had hands-on experience doing this, and this is the best place for you to learn anything that has to do with AI, cybersecurity, and stuff. So this is what this particular video about. And if you're interested, don't forget to like the video, share the video, and I'm going to do another video where when this guy is completely tested and everybody is going to be able to give it a shot. And I'm going to be sharing all the resources that actually, if you want to test out, because you can actually make this video that I just made without really waiting for the studio to be ready. So that's another thing that you can test out. I'm going to share the prompt that gives you the actual stuff to get started, and then you can follow through with Claudecode. Remember that everything in this project costs you money. The AI credit that you need to use, even in this particular project, let me show you. In the settings, you can see I have my API key and settings. So you can see that I have ChatGPT and Claude in the settings. So the Anthropic part, the OpenAI and Anthropic, I'm using it for scripts writing, and the Gemini part is what I'm using to actually generate the images for if I'm building a story that has to do with images. The hair gen is for lip syncing if I want to do API level lip syncing without using my native Satoka renders, right? Then the Morph TTS is actually the another API that I use to actually convert words to text, right? Convert text to speech, right? So you can see these are pipelines of stuff that you need to register for. Some of them are free, like this one is free. Gemini, I think is free up to a point, but you need to have AI credits in this one. For Claudecode and all of these, you need to have a paid subscription. Then here is where I do to tune in scene intervals. So you set the number of for 5 minute video. How many number of scenes do you need to have there? So you can see 5 minutes at 10 seconds equals to 30 scenes. So if you're looking at 5 minute video at 10 seconds each, or if you're looking at 10 minute video at 15 seconds each, will give you like 40 scenes. All right. So these are like where I tune up all the stuff that I need to configure before I start the project. Now, this is API delay. API delay is very important for when you're generating image via Imagine, because each time you're hitting the API to generate video, you are going to run out of your AI credit, which is one of the issues that I'm already having. Generating multiple, like about 60 images just to make one single video. You can see, yeah, it comes with a cost as well. But I think it's, if you want to create content and you put some money aside to just automate all this whole process, is enough than maybe going to set to shoot all the videos or hiring an illustrator to do these scenes. So you choose the one that is best for you, right? So that's pretty much what we have in this particular video. And if you love this one, don't forget to subscribe, share the video, write in the comment section what uh I'll be doing another video, but that particular video is going to be before I'm done with the studio. I'm going to be doing another application, just maybe pick one product online, and then we're going to design it with AI, and maybe up to the point where I can upload it to Play Store end to end. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Cheers.